All right, this is the fourth video in the mortgage process series. Last episode, we spoke about initial approval and underwriting. This video is going to be focusing on final approval and the closing disclosure. So, as stated in the previous video, the underwriter is going to request any documents or ask any questions they have during the initial approval phase. During final approval, you will have already gathered those documents and addressed any concerns or questions that the underwriter has. And your mortgage advisor is going to take that information and send it back to the underwriter for final approval. Now, there's really two outcomes that typically happen when sending off for final approval and the underwriter reviews the application for the second time. First, they may kick it back, is what we say in the industry. And in that case, they have taken a look at the items provided and will say, okay, well, we need more information before we start the closing process, or maybe the information provided or documents provided don't satisfy my request or my conditions. So please gather the information and send it back. And no big deal. You'll gather those documents or answer those questions again, and then give the information to the mortgage advisor, and he'll resubmit for the second time to final approval. So that is the first outcome, and the second is you are indeed final approved, and you can start the closing process. Now, with the closing process, a closing disclosure, or you probably hear it referred to as CD, will be issued. And this is important because at minimum, you can sign 72 hours after the closing disclosure has been sent out by the lender. And it's important to sign it the same day so you're not pushing that 72 hours out. If the closing disclosure is sent out on one day, but you don't sign it until the next, a lot of the times you're going to be forced to waiting 72 hours from the time of signing and not from the time of issue. So your mortgage advisor should be calling you, letting you know to expect the closing disclosure, to review it, and sign it, so we can sign as early as possible and not postpone signing and closing. With the closing disclosure, it's going to be a lot of the information that you saw on the loan estimate, but fees should be more exact. Your mortgage payment should be more dialed in. Not exact, but should be very close to what you're expected to see on signing day. So that is about it between final approval and closing disclosure. Our next episode is going to be on documents and signing, and should be the last video of the series. So thanks for keeping up with us so far.